Hey, it's Steve Barcelo again, back in the museum. I went live last night. I guess it was roughly. My other phone making noises. I guess around 1 o'clock. We did a little experiment here. If anyone who's familiar with the SD system for doing spirit boxes, putting headphones on, listening to the spirit box, and you put someone away from you, so they can't hear what the questions are, and then another person or a group of people ask questions, and then the person with the headphones, preferably noise canceling headphones on, will say out loud what they're getting out of the spirit box, like, a name, Dan, a location, whatever, a color, and you see if it corresponds. So I did that something similar where in here in the museum, I set up a phone, because I have multiple phones, which made it work, well, should have worked better. And so I had one going live on YouTube with the Ovilus in front of it. Didn't focus real well on the Ovilus and the room, but doesn't matter, it could hear. And then I went to the back room, watch the YouTube live, was able to ask questions back there. So this way I'm not in the room. It probably didn't really matter much since it was only me, but it was an experiment. And then I would do is type in some of the questions so people who were watching could see what the questions I was asking in the other room. And they could probably hear better than I could because I was having internet issues going through the wall and a little bit of lag time, but seeing how it worked out. So it was an experiment. It was okay. I don't think anything phenomenal, but we've been getting a lot of weird activity in the museum, especially with some of the new stuff we brought in here, some of the more paranormally active items we've got. But then I got up this morning, and the plan was now we've already gone live for 43 minutes, whatever. So now I want to make sure the video gets just finished uploaded, and I want to make up a thumbnail for it and put some information in there and stuff. It's not loaded. Go, what the heck? And I can see it on the iPhone, actually this one here, the iPhone 17, and it's saying, waiting. Waiting for what? I didn't upload. I purposely left it right in here by the router. We're having all these weird issues in here. So I literally got to the point where I had to shut the phone down and reboot it, prepared to lose whatever's not uploaded. I figured it ran live, it was a test, but it was still there. So it was somewhere in the internet, And it eventually, I just kind of let it run, went on doing my day. We were not busy, but we had some customers today. And later I look at the laptop, and it's up and running. And at this point, I actually went in and I put the thumbnail and stuff in just in case it worked. And so it's up if you want to check it out. So I don't know if I'm going to do that system today. Now, I'm not sure what the glitch is. I don't know if the phone jumped. It was talking to the repeater routers in the back, the extensions. And then when I put it up here, it couldn't talk to the, I don't know, something weird happened. I really don't know what the issue was. It should automatically switch, especially with a brand new phone. But so I'm probably going to try something similar again. I'm thinking maybe of using, since I have multiple laptops, instead of a phone, maybe I'll use a phone as a backup. But if I'm going to do the same system, I can obviously just record it and download it and post it later. But nobody can be live. You can't do it with me. Now, I didn't post it either saying I was going to do this. It was just last minute. Let me give it a try. But I have some fairly high-end cameras that I can plug into the laptop. I was thinking maybe using that and then let that camera go. This way I look at the laptop and I can see better. Well, it probably shouldn't make any difference. At least see what network I'm on and make sure it's working. Anyway, that was my excitement for last night, wee hours in the morning. Not to mention getting up at like, what time did I get up last night to walk the dog? She has to go all the time. She's getting old and it's cold out. So I think we're out around, I know it was 3:30 or 4, somewhere around there. Then back out at, I think it was 6:37. I just took her out a little while ago, and it's cold. But anyway, I'm probably going to try to do again something tonight. I'm not sure exactly what my plans are, but we've been getting a lot of activity in here. I'm not sure if this phone will let me. No, I don't think it's going to let me switch. But here, I'll show you. So basically what you see in front of me is the way the cameras were focused last night, and I had the Ovilus up there. Now, those of you who know about me with the Ovilus, I'm not overly thrilled with it. So one of the things I'd love to do, which I'm not going to do tonight because I'd have to set up all the other stuff, and plus one of the reasons I brought all the equipment in last night was to get out of the cold vehicle so I can charge it. So once I get back on the road, everything's ready to go again. And but anyway, I'd like to do is play the Ovilus against multiple other spirit boxes, and I wouldn't mind doing an app or two, just to see, play one against the other and see what's more accurate as per the location wherever we do it. If it's the museum, whatever, Gettysburg, wherever we could be, south of the border, wherever we go, depending on what stories we know there, what would be appropriate for that area. But anyway, so go check out that video if you're interested. I'm not saying you have to watch the whole thing through. You can skip along. And at least I got a few videos up. I want to get another video up tonight explaining what happened last night. And if I do decide to do something again tonight, which I'm probably going to do something tonight because it's still early. So I'm going to wait till at least midnight or so. The town's pretty quiet anyway, but I'd like to wait till it's a little bit quieter. Less of the noisy trucks and bassy music going by. The front of the museum, I keep it temperature where it's bearable. I'm not going to make it toasty warm in here because this building is a pig to heat, and just to try to keep the cost down. But that's kind of the game. We've been getting a lot of weird activity in here. I've been preoccupied, so I probably haven't been noticing as much. The dog has been the one alerting me, Christmas. And she'll come in, like I said, I'd take her out, so I know she's been out, she's done her business, she's fine. She's got her food, her water bowl, everything's fresh and good. And she just comes in and she just whines. She just wants, me to be with her. And I'll get her up on the bed with me, and I have an electric blanket, which she loves. But she'll, whine and wake me. I'll go, what's the matter? And then I'll hear noises. She's alerting me to noises in the building. And that's what I usually come in here, and I usually are filming right away. Now, I have cameras. I don't know if you can see any of the cameras behind me, all throughout the building. So I can literally look at my phone. It takes a few seconds to get into the Blink app and open it. But I can look around and make sure I'm not walking into a dangerous scene or anything like that. But basically come in and see if I can find, you've seen in the past, I found dolls on the floor, items moved, things moved from behind the counter to over in the middle of the museum. Just crazy stuff in here. So that's what I'm trying to document. Unfortunately, the Blink cameras don't pick up. They're not sensitive enough for small things. They're made for catching humans' movement or a decent-sized animal. Maybe a cat they pick up on. I know I get mice once in a while in here, especially like now this time of the year when it gets cold out. Critters come in, and the doors around here have gaps, so it's, but I've never even caught them on camera. I've looked at the cameras, go like, why is it recording? It's saying motion, but I don't see anything. But so that's why I'm trying to use slightly more sophisticated equipment. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble on too long. I just want to get a quick video up. So basically, this was the first time trying the Ovilus with sort of, I don't know what the heck we're going to call it. The museum system, come up our own name for this thing. The YouTube system, I don't know. But I'll try to get it work out a little better. It was just glitchy. It did at the end work, but it could have worked a little smoother. I think it was more a matter of which router I was on and that sort of thing. Well, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. We're open tomorrow. Today is Saturday. We're obviously still in the weekend of Thanksgiving. And I'll be open Sunday, and I'll let you know what my plans are for the week, if I'm going to be hitting the road or going to the park or what's going on. And we're trying to set up something which we've talked about in the past. I'm going to try to pull it off, where we're going to do for New Year's a Bigfoot drop. That would be cool. So we're going to try to work that out. All right, everyone have a great night. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Everyone be good to each other. Everyone have a great night and a good weekend.